Podcast Network Asia.
You are listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast, where we feature timely and relevant discussions on the Philippine stock market and the economy in the hope of providing you investing and trading guidance. Here's your host.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on this podcast. This is Monneth Pangatungan, a proud market educator at First Metro Securities and a business development officer for Visayas. It's a pleasure to be your host on this podcast. Our primary mission at First Metro Securities is to equip our clients and the general public with essential investment knowledge, empowering you to make informed financial decisions. Welcome to the Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast, where we delve into the latest trends and issues that will affect the market and the investing public. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for every investor: generating income no matter the market conditions. We're talking about an all-weather income solution. And to shed more light on this, we have a special guest from Manulife Investments. Please welcome Mr. Paul Jeffrey Liu, Senior Assistant Vice President and Head of Wealth Solutions from Manulife Investments. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thanks for having me, Monneth. It's great to be here.
Sir Paul, the term all-weather income solution sounds incredibly appealing, especially in today's unpredictable market. Can you explain what this concept means for investors?
Absolutely, Monneth. So an all-weather income solution is essentially an investment strategy that's designed to provide consistent income streams regardless of whether the market is booming, in a downturn, or just moving sideways. Think of it like having an umbrella for all seasons. It aims to protect your income flow from the volatility of different economic cycles. So to be an all-weather income solution, the investment strategy should be designed to include a wide range of investments available at its disposal. This is so that the fund manager will have enough flexibility to maneuver around different market conditions and still be able to generate steady income.
That's a great analogy. And speaking of solutions, Manulife Investments recently launched a new fund that aligns perfectly with this idea, right? Can you tell us more about this new fund and what makes it different from other global bond strategies that are currently available in the market?
Yes, and we're very excited about this new offering. Our newest fund, Manulife Global Income Feeder Fund, is specifically structured to be an all-weather income solution with high-quality fixed income securities in mind. We chose to focus on high-quality fixed income with the goal of providing a sustainable income opportunity with low volatility. What makes our fixed income strategy unique is that it doesn't just rely on traditional bonds. Our global approach allows the strategy to take a diversified approach and invest across bond sectors, credit qualities, and capital structures. To be specific, we dynamically allocate across 3 fixed income segments based on where we see the best opportunities. The first is opportunistic credit, which are your fixed income securities issued by corporates. They can be issued by investment-grade companies or non-investment-grade companies. They can also be in the form of bonds or preferreds. This part of the fund is more sensitive to the economy, but has the potential to bring higher yield and total return. Government bonds, on the other hand, are your fixed income securities issued by governments and government-related institutions. These will be mostly in the form of U.S. Treasuries. This part of the fund is resilient and provides much-needed stability when markets are volatile. Finally, there's alternative sources, which are your non-traditional fixed income securities. A good example of this is agency mortgage-backed securities, which are securities issued by U.S. government agencies and backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. So this part of the fund gives us a unique combination of yield, stability, and diversification, all while being highly liquid so that the fund managers can be nimble in managing the portfolio. Manulife Global Income Feeder Fund taps into the fixed income universe, both traditional and non-traditional sources of yield, all while aiming for stability even when certain market segments are under pressure. Additionally, this fund is actively managed by us to adapt to changing market environments.
That diversification sounds robust. So, who is this fund designed for, and what are the primary benefits investors can expect?
This fund is ideal for investors seeking consistent income, whether they are retirees looking for regular payouts or younger individuals aiming to reinvest dividends for long term growth. Some of the key benefits include a consistent income stream. It's the primary objective, which is to generate regular distributions, providing a more predictable income source. Then you have diversification. By spreading investments across different fixed income investments and geographies, it aims to reduce overall portfolio volatility. The fund is professionally managed, so investors benefit from our team's expertise in navigating complex global markets to identify the best income opportunities. And lastly, it's a simplified form of investing. Rather than picking individual fixed income investments, investors get a diversified fixed income portfolio in one go. Just remember that this is an investment, so there are still risks involved, and the client needs to make sure that it's aligned with their risk profile.
Okay, but in today's market, with inflation concerns and potential interest rate shifts, how does an all weather fund like this navigate those challenges?
That's where active management and diversification truly shine. For instance, if interest rates are rising, certain fixed income sectors might face headwinds, but other parts might actually perform well. For example, there are some preferred securities that have a floating interest rate, meaning that its rates can actually adjust higher along with the market. If there's an economic slowdown, we can pivot towards more defensive fixed income sources like US Treasuries or investment grade bonds. Our fund managers continuously monitor global economic indicators and rebalance the portfolio to optimize income generation while managing risk. So the all-weather aspect means it's built to withstand and potentially thrive in various conditions, not just fair skies.
Fascinating insight, Sir Paul. Is the investment only peso denominated, and what is the minimum investment?
Yeah, the fund is available for both US dollar and Philippine peso investors. So US dollar investors can invest in the fund through our US dollar retail share class for a minimum investment of just $1,000. Philippine peso investors can invest in the fund through the Philippine peso unhedged share class for a minimum investment of just 1,000 pesos.
And is there a holding period?
There's actually no minimum holding period and no early redemption charge for the fund.
Thank you for sharing that information, Sir Paul. For our listeners interested in exploring this further, you may check your First MetroSec account via website, click Funds, and look for Manulife Global Income Feeder Fund under FundSmart. Sir Paul, one final question. For our listeners who may already have investments in global bond funds, can you share with us the benefits of adding the Manulife Global Income Feeder Fund into their current portfolio?
Yeah, firstly, the Manulife Global Income Feeder Fund can be either a standalone global bond investment or a complement to existing global bond investments because the fund combines the entirety of the fixed income universe, both traditional and non-traditional sources of income. So the non-traditional parts of the fixed income universe, like preferreds, can be unique to our strategy and could create further diversification for investors when they combine it with their other global bond funds. Secondly, the fund takes a dynamic approach of investing across the different bond sectors. This flexibility complements more passive or buy and hold type bond investments because it tilts their investments towards the best income opportunities in global bonds. Lastly, it's an income paying fund, and there are actual payouts that the client will receive every month. It can complement other bond investments that may not pay out as frequently or may not even pay out at all.
Wow, those are really good reasons to include the Manulife Global Income Feeder Fund in an investment portfolio, Sir Paul. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise on the benefits of all-weather income solution, and thank you for telling us more about the Manulife Global Income Feeder Fund.
My pleasure, Monneth. Thanks for having me.
So there you have it. On behalf of First Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation, we truly appreciate the time you've spent with us. Thank you to our dear listeners. We hope to have you again in our future learning events because over here at First Metro Securities, we put your future first.
Thanks for listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast. Don't forget to follow us to get first dibs on our new episodes. For more up-to-date market news and info, exclusive content, and the opportunity to connect with your fellow Filipino investors and traders, join facebook.com/groups/FirstMetroSec and be part of the First MetroSec family.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.